Good evening. I now declare a public ceremony for Morton Lodge duly open. My name is Coy Crisfeld, Worship Master for 2026, and we're going to jump right into it and get started. This evening we are here to recognize 6 Eagle Scouts from Troop 1000 based out of Richmond, Texas. The reason is that I think I forgot one. It's my fault. All right. Let's see. I think RJ is the senior scout, correct? RJ, please come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
All right. So, all right. So we have a few opening remarks, and then we'll jump right into it. I had it printed out, but par for the course. Tonight it is my honor to recognize 6 outstanding scouts with certificates from the Grand Lodge of Texas. The relationship between scouting and Freemasonry is a natural one because both organizations are built upon the same foundation: character, integrity, service, and leadership. Both teach young men and women the importance of honesty, responsibility, respect for others, and a commitment to making their communities better. Freemasonry encourages the members to take good men and help them become better. Scouting seeks to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices throughout their lives. While our paths may be different, our goals are remarkably similar. These 6 scouts have demonstrated dedication, perseverance, and a willingness to serve others. They represent the very best of the values that both scouting and masonry hold dear. On behalf of the Grand Lodge of Texas and the Brethren of Morton Lodge number 72, congratulations on your accomplishments. We are proud of what you have achieved, and we look forward to seeing the leaders you will become. Now I'm going to steal a line from Brother Secretary. You are all full of potential energy. It is your responsibility to make it connect. Okay? All right. Let's get started, Brother Bates. Sure. All right. So, all right. Whenever you get called up, we'll come over here. We'll get your certificate, and then that red border right there, that's called the circumambulation line. You're going to line up on that side, facing this way when you're done. Okay? All right.
Riley Castro.
There you go. Cool. Thanks, sir.
Lapel pin for you as well.
Lapel pin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, parents, you're welcome to walk around
Yeah,
and take pictures,
this-
please.
the weird stuff doesn't happen until later.
Yeah. You don't have to- Yeah. Bryson Graham.
All right. Nope. Picture. Right there.
R.J. Sable. Austin Castro. And Cole Christoffel.
One more.
For mommy.
All right, thank you. And I should have introduced this a little bit sooner. Albert is the District Deputy Grand Master for the state of Texas for our district and,
Marshall.
yeah, Marshal for the Lodge. All right, y'all stay there.
I'm gonna let y'all know one other thing too. If Coy, Worshipful Master Christoffel, would ever get me the paperwork,
Oh, yeah.
the lodge has nominated him to receive the Daniel Carter Beard Masonic Scouter Award. We were gonna do it tonight, but this guy has paperwork.
Had a little too much going
He's
on.
got a lot on his plate, so when we do get all that, that's an award that comes from the Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania, actually. When we do get all that together, we'll invite you back out for dinner again, so we can present it to him.
Thank you. All right. All right, these are gifts from me and the Lodge. This is the history of Morton Lodge, and it's the 4th edition. If you want the other 3, you have to pay extra. You're welcome. And we have, this is probably the crown jewel of Masonic dissertations in the state of Texas is Brother Secretary Cockcroft's presentation of the Morton coin. It was a great story, so we should enjoy it.
You know, I'm gonna make it a little bit more rigid than I do to other people. But before I get into that, a couple of things. I have 3 Eagle Scouts myself, so I appreciate that what your father, as much your troop master did, is probably the hardest work they've ever done. But there's 2 things that always got me through life, and it's actually 2 quotes. The first is by Michelangelo, and that quote is, "The danger for most of us is not that we aim too high and miss our target, but we aim too low and achieve the mark." The point there is, if your target's here, there's no reason in the world you shouldn't be aiming at this. You might not achieve this, but you'll land higher than your original goal. And that applies to anything in your life. To your future wives, to your sons, to your daughters, to your employer, to your employees. You know, you're honorable men, or you wouldn't be holding that award, and you wouldn't be wearing that outfit. So I know what that symbolizes. Number 2 was a quote by Norman Schwarzkopf. Y'all know who that is? Have you ever heard the term storm in Norman? Well, anyway, he was a general in the first Iraqi war, and he did some remarkable things, but he had a quote, and that quote is, "Leadership is a potent combination of strategy and character. But if you must be without one, be without strategy." Your character doesn't lie to you. That mirror that you look at, that we still think we look 21 years old in, it's a liar. But be men of integrity, be men of character. Our society needs more young men like yourself. So the story of this coin is, it really starts back, this lodge starts back in about 1822. In 1822, there was about, the best they can estimate is about a dozen to a dozen and a half Masons in Texas. It wasn't Texas, it was Mexico. And one of the original 300 of Stephen F. Austin's colonization efforts was a man by the name of William Morton. And through some trading and so on and so forth, he, like many other men, were coming to what would become Texas as part of the land grab. William Morton was actually the first settler of what would become Texas, or what would become Fort Bend County. And he got a labor of land. A labor was 177 acres, and a league was 4,428 acres. The labor is modern day Richmond, Texas. And the way the old Spanish law system would work is that the labor would have to be opposite a river body from the league. Okay, so we built this cabin. In about 1824, there was a man, happened to be a mason, by the name of Robert Gillespie. And apparently he was a mechanical engineer, or what we call mechanical engineers today. And part of this is he was going to get a labor in a league is if he constructed waterworks. Because what does a civilization need? It needs water. It needs to be able to move water. It needs to treat water, and so on and so forth. But he found himself at William Morton's log cabin, mortally wounded. It's really unclear what he was wounded from, perhaps Indians. There's a story about a traveling companion, but nonetheless, William Morton brought him into his log cabin, and he and his wife Nancy cared for him for 2 weeks. Prior to his death, William Morton learned that Robert Gillespie was a master mason who came to Alabama by way of Scotland over to here. There's actually a letter that was written by a colonel to Stephen F. Austin in hopes of getting this labor in this league. Well, one thing about Masons, they take care of their own. And William Morton constructed a monument to honor Robert Gillespie. And this monument happens to be the oldest Masonic monument west of the Mississippi River. And it's in Morton Cemetery, just across the railroad tracks here. William Morton himself was not, he didn't have the same service. He was either washed away in a flood of 1833, or he just lost his marbles and left his family and went back to wherever he came from. But the story is that, and it's a solid story. And it's really the namesake of this lodge, Morton Lodge. It's one of the oldest lodges in the state of Texas. There's 3 lodges in Fort Bend County. Rosenberg Lodge number 881 came out of Morton Lodge in 1903, and Sugarland Lodge number 1141 came out of Morton Lodge in 1920. So, on behalf of Morton Lodge number 72 and our respective worshipful master, I present to you the Morton coin that we give to all first-time visitors at Morton Lodge. And I've come into my punchline, and you won't appreciate this, but these guys will. So the oldest lodge in Texas is Holland Lodge number 1. It's here in Houston. And if you ever meet a Mason from Holland Lodge number 1, he's going to be very proud that he's from Holland Lodge number 1. We got an outstanding relationship with him. This is actually our 4th lodge building. That furniture you see up there is actually a gift from Holland Lodge, and when we burned down in 1878. But they're always going to tell you they were Holland Lodge number 1. So this is what I want you to do. If you ever meet a Holland Lodge Mason, I want you to grab him by the right hand. Okay? And we must agree that the eyes are the pathway to the soul. You can tell a lot about a man by looking at his eyes. When he starts bragging about being part of Holland Lodge number 1, you tell him that you're proud of him. But you say those boys in Fort Bend County had their backside for 12 years. You wish you would get that.
All right, so that is it for the ceremony. I wanted to give us at least 15 minutes for the moms to get their pictures. We are complete. Oh, I'm sorry. Brother Terry, would you have some few words to say?
Yes, I do.
Hey guys, stand back up and
No,
go
that's
online.
great. They can stand where they are. That's fine. This is something that I like to do personally as part of the Eagle Scout presentation, certificate presentation that I make. From time immemorial, The eagle has been held in the highest esteem in many cultures, none more so than the Native American, who used the eagle to represent the highest achievement that merited the highest honor. So in recognition of your ascension to this high honor, I would like to present each one of you this eagle feather. Which I hope you will display with equal pleasure to yourself and honor to that which it represents. In the language of my grandmother's people, a city church. Siza Castillo, Koaleke Nohese. Houston, another eagle has landed.
Humor me, we have one more brief presentation.
Worship Master, Right Worship Service, Morton and Brethren. Cole, would you step up here for a moment, please? Go
Great.
Wait. First, I want to say, did you enjoy your trip to Mexico?
I did.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we missed you. We had scholarship drive at Morton Lodge and at Rosenberg Lodge, and Cole Christopher was the recipient of both scholarships at Morton and Rosenberg. So, on behalf of Worship Master Burnt of Rosenberg Lodge, I want to present to you your Mary B. Lamar Award of Excellence, awarded to you. And you know who he is, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So, present that to you. And this also on behalf, the scholarship committee chairman is Right Worshipful Albert Davis on here. Would you like to say a few words? Right Worshipful?
I was just gonna say, I was picked as chairman, but Brother Vance did all the work actually. So, but anyway, if I remember correctly, we had 4 recipients at each lodge. Is that correct?
Three here, 4.
3 here, 4 at Rosenberg Lodge. So we had a bunch of applications this year for each one, close to 30 applications at each lodge. So we spent several hours reading through applications. They were all really well written, very impressive, and it was difficult to make the choices, but you did prevail. You wrote good papers. You did a good job. Your grades were there. A lot of it, of our choice goes into looking at what sort of community service these kids do, volunteerism, stuff like that. So obviously, with your scouting and other things that you do, that fell right into that. So congratulations. Why don't you tell everybody where you're going to go to school and what you're going to study and what you plan to do?
I'm going to Louisiana State University to study construction management.
Excellent.
And also, on behalf of Worship Master Corey Christenfeld and Morton Masonic Lodge, you also won the Morton Scholarship as well, or as you call it, yeah. So, yeah. This is made possible by the fundraising efforts that we do at both lodges. So if you see us out there selling raffle tickets, or we have festivals in Richmond, stop by, buy a sausage on a stick, chili. All this goes to that as well. But also with the Masonic Charities Foundation, which we are pleased to have the president right here as well. So what makes that possible as well. So thank you all so much for what you do, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
I don't think I missed anything else. And he gets his essay writing skills from his mother. It is not mine. Not for sure. All right. Does anybody open the floor for a few minutes? Anybody have anything to say? Arnold, do you want to? Okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming out, and we're going to go ahead and get this wrapped up. That way we can get some pictures before we have to open lunch. Thank you.